Oscar and Stella have been dating for over 10 years now. And in the course of the 10 years, Oscar promised to marry Stella. But that has not yet happened. Stella has complained for so many years but keeps on waiting for the wedding or engagement to happen. One day, Oscar went out and met Qwesi. Qwesi, who is into real estate. Oscar decided to rent an apartment using Qwesi. In the course of the transaction, Oscar proposed relationship to Qwesi. Qwesi, who was also single at the time, accepted his proposal and they began to date. Their relationship went on for a while till Qwesi got pregnant. Oscar asked her to abort it. 3 months later, Qwesi got pregnant again. This went on until Qwesi ended up aborting 5 pregnancies for Oscar without no promise of marriage or even engagement. 3 years later, Oscar met John on his way to another city. Jane and Oscar became friends and started their relationship immediately after they had a business meeting in the city both of them were traveling to. At this point, Oscar is dating Stella, Qwesi, and Jane, and he has been able to manage the 3 relationship for over 3 years. One day, Stella went to Oscar without a notice and met some items belonging to another girl. Stella questioned who the items belonged to, and Oscar lied that they belonged to his cousin who just came back from town. Oscar had another thing coming. Stella went on to ask him about what their relationship end goal is about because it's been over 10 years with their relationship. Oscar continued to lie and brag about how beautiful, how good she is to him, and that the marriage will definitely happen and she is the only love of his life. Oscar went on to meet Qwesi. Qwesi also started complaining about the fact that their relationship is over 3 years and she has aborted more than 5 pregnancies for him. And if she is not ready to do any more abortion, if he is not ready for marriage, he should let her know so they can end the relationship. Oscar lied to Qwesi and said, "You know what? We are definitely going to get married soon." Then Jane made a call to Oscar. Oscar lied that it was his cousin. Immediately, Oscar left to Jane's house. Jane was so surprised to see how fast Oscar could get to her house. Immediately, Oscar knelt down and proposed to Jane. 6 months later, the 3 ladies started noticing how frequent Oscar visits has reduced to their houses. So they individually started making investigation whether Oscar was cheating on any of them. Stella caught Oscar and Qwesi in the club partying together, and she knew Oscar was cheating. Jane also caught Oscar and Stella in the restaurant and knew Oscar was cheating on her. Qwesi one day also caught Oscar and Jane in the shopping mall. At this point, the 3 ladies knew that Oscar was cheating on them, but they did not know each other. So they all did their own investigation on each other again to know who Oscar was cheating on them with. After finding information about themselves, Esther called for a meeting where she invited Jane and Qwesi. The 3 ladies had a sit down to discuss who was Oscar cheating on with first. Now the lady confesses that it seems like Oscar has been using the three of them to play football. Stella said she has been with Oscar for over 10 years without engagement, without marriage. Qwesi said she has also been with Oscar for over 3 years and has done numerous abortions. Jane also said she has been with Oscar for over 2 years and he recently proposed marriage to her. The three ladies realized that they are being fooled by Oscar. Qwesi came up with an idea saying they need to kidnap Oscar so he will confess and choose among them who he really wants to settle down with. After the ladies' meeting, all the ladies started mounting pressure on Oscar to marry them. Then one day, Oscar visited Stella with a wedding ring with a huge proposal surprise, only to find out that Jane was also in the house with Qwesi. The three ladies asked Oscar to sit down. He refused and they immediately ganged up on him and gave him a drink which was drugged. He woke up being tied up by the ladies. The ladies confronted him on the reason why he was playing the three of them. He had no excuse whatsoever. All he said was that he is a man and he felt he wasn't ready for marriage, but he was just getting bored with having just one woman. The three ladies became devastated and Jane was so worried, and at this point Jane said she was not interested in torturing the life out of Oscar anymore. Stella and Qwesi confronted Jane and asked her if she wanted to back out. Jane said no, but the torturing they are giving to Oscar is too much for him to bear. Stella narrated her endurance with Oscar and said this is not going to be the end because Oscar has really wasted her youth and her life, and because of that he's not going to have it easy. Qwesi, on the other hand, who has also aborted a lot of pregnancy for Oscar, also said she is in pain and at this point she might not even have a job on her own. So this is nothing compared to what Oscar has put them through. Jane understood them and they continued to torture the hell out of Oscar. In the night, Oscar fainted and passed out. The three ladies became scared and ran out. Unfortunately for them, they were caught by the police. The police interrogated these ladies and they narrated their story on how Oscar has made their life miserable in terms of lying to them and making their life so short. The policemen understood, but also understand that the law is not in their hands to take. So this investigation went on for a while, and luckily for the ladies, they had CCTV camera in Stella's house. So the police took the cameras and realized that they did not actually murder Oscar. Oscar is still alive in the hospital but has passed out. The police later released Stella, Jane, and Qwesi and asked them to take all the responsibility of Oscar in the hospital. They agreed to do exactly that. Whilst doing that, they asked the guardian of Oscar to sign some documents. Now, in this document are the papers of the property that Oscar owned. These ladies decided to take everything away from Oscar while they take care of his hospital bills. Stella was the mastermind behind all this. They sold all the property belonging to Oscar in addition with his businesses and shared the money among themselves.
Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recaps.